Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming out today to the dedication of the Rocky Hill Trail. It's kind of an important day for us for a lot of reasons. I remember when the Reach Coalition first got started working on this trail, and it mainly consisted of coming out here and picking up trash. And I came out here myself a few times with a lot of dedicated young people. It's exciting to see that kind of energy among young folks. And that's led to today, which is has been a lesson in civics and how government works and any number of things for these folks who've been involved with this from the very start. So we have some speakers here, and we have some hot cocoa. We thought it was going to be hotter and the sun's out and we're all wearing our sunglasses. Go figures. It's officially winter and it's 70 degrees here in Vacaville. Well, our first speaker is Mayor Len Augustine. Mayor Augustine, please.
Well, I really say this, but this is really exciting to see so many people out for an event. And this is a very good event too, by the way. First of all, I want to thank the coalition, and particularly the Reach Youth Coalition, for this idea. This was their idea way back before we did the general plan update. They came to a council meeting and said we want a more secure and safe way down between the two sets of houses along the trail here. And so we listened to them. We said, come back for the general plan update and maybe we can put that right in there. It gives us some credibility when we're asking for money. And so we want to thank them, first of all. That was their idea, and this is really their day. So, again, thank you for that. Give them a big round of applause. And then Solano County has assisted us greatly as well, because they did a lot of design work as well as surveying and a lot of encouragement. Supervisor John Vasquez took a personal interest in making sure this happened, and so we want to thank him and give him a big round of applause. And then the Yolo Solano Air Quality Management District, of which our new Vice Mayor, Delena Harris, is a member, they came forward and provided us with some clean air funds, which is means that we're going to not have to drive up and down this trail, but we have people walking, and that saves us a lot of good air. So I want to thank Delena as well. Give her a big round of applause. And I'm not going to say oops like some candidate did here recently, so I'm going to look at my cards here and say that that was the collaborative effort of the city, and I want to thank all of the planners back there from the City of Vacaville who helped with this thing, including it in a general plan, all the hard work that they did over the past couple of years working on this project and making sure it happened. So altogether, we spent about $160,000 so far on this project, and there'll be some more work done with landscaping and some other sort of things to be done. So with that, I will just tell you that we also appreciate the fact that the neighbors along the trail hopefully will be the eyes and ears of security and help with us by calling in if it sees something that's not going on that should be going on, and let us know about it so we can respond immediately. But we will have some extra patrols out here for a while, making sure that it stays safe, and we hope you enjoy it. And I again want to thank the Reach folks for being here. And I've sat and talked to some of the people in the front row who have some wonderful names, you know, like Shania and other names like that from singers that are beyond my generation, but I still like that kind of music too. So thanks again for being here, and then I'm going to turn it back to Mark Mazzaferro, who is our illustrious MC today.
Thank you, Mayor L. Len Augustine. Our next speaker is going to give us a little history about the Reach Trail. Here is Judith Franco, who's our Reach coordinator.
You said I had 30 minutes, right?
Yes.
Okay, just kidding. Hi, my name's Judith Franco. I'm the program coordinator of the Vacaville Reach Youth Coalition. Really excited to be here today, and this is amazing. I don't think we were expecting these many people here. It just kind of shows how important this trail is to the community. For those of you that don't know much about our coalition started in 2008. It's part of the Vacaville Police Department. And it started via funding that we received through Sierra Health Foundation. The foundation came to the Youth Roundtable because they were really looking to build youth voice and youth engagement in our community. And that's really how we got started. Once our coalition started, our youth really wanted to focus on important issues in Vacaville. And one of the ways that they did that was to attempt to find out from other youth in the community what were the issues. So they conducted some surveys at the middle schools, and one of the big things that came out of that was that bike trail safety was a big issue in the community. So youth were scared to use some of these bike trails, and they specifically noted the Rocky Hill Trail as an issue trail because it was not a trail that was recognized as a city bike trail. So that's kind of how that started. So our youth really focused on trying to find ways to improve the trail. One of the first things that they started doing it, and they just kind of mentioned it, was they came out and did some bike trail cleanups. So not only here on the Rocky Hill Trail, but throughout the community, they went out, did cleanups, and conducted research because they wanted to be able to then show the results to the city and say, you know, we need some of these improvements. But they specifically focused a lot of their efforts on the Rocky Hill Trail, and they actually worked on an awareness video. And Wayne Covington actually really helped mentor our youth to do that piece. And that was amazing because our youth were then able to present this video to the city council and get some feedback as to what the next steps were. Because I think as youth and even adults in the community that are not necessarily working on policy, it's really difficult to try to figure out what those steps are. So really the mentorship from other adults and then the city and the county departments was amazing for our youth because they learned so much. So one of the first steps that they did after that video was work on the general plan, and they did that by attending all of these meetings that maybe were not the funnest for our young people. They attended any kind of community forums, any planning commission meetings, city council meetings, wherever they can go just to get the word out and bring awareness to the Rocky Hill Trail, they were there. So that has always been very, very exciting just to get them involved in government and help them understand that their voice is really important. So they've learned so many skills. We've had a lot of youth that kind of come in and will not do public speaking, and next thing you know, they're in front of city council talking about, I want this trail fixed. So that has been really amazing. So I think all of our youth deserve a round of applause for that. Yeah. So I know when we first started this project, it seemed like, okay, when is this going to happen, right? We had a lot of youth that came in back in 2008. They have now graduated high school. Some of them have graduated college. Others are already working. So it's amazing that some of them are actually back here today just because they're really excited that their work really started this. And it was the same group of youth that really mentored our younger students. And these younger students are the ones that then took the lead to do the work that has been happening now. And that's one of the reasons that this trail is now paved, just because of all the partnerships that they've had with the city and the county and, you know, just the different departments. So with that, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been here. It's been many years in the works, but we're just so happy that it's done and that the community has a safe place to walk through. Because regardless, people were going to use it. So thank you for everyone that's really mentored our young people.
Thanks, Judith. Our next two speakers are a couple of interesting gentlemen. They both started in the REACH program 2008, 2009, somewhere right at the beginning. And they've both become fine young gentlemen. Both are either about ready to graduate from college or have graduated and are working. And they are, we call them our stars of the Youth Roundtable, Carlos Barajas and Matt Rounds.
Yeah, it's pretty warm out here for winter. All right. Hey, everybody. Like Mark said, my name's Matt Rounds.
My name is Carlos Barajas.
Yeah, we both joined. Get close up here. We both joined REACH in pretty early days. I think Carlos a little bit before me, but kind of at the very beginning, before Judith was even coordinator for it. And she already told you most of the story, so I don't know if either of us has anything super prepared, but I just want to say that as one of the people that was here from the beginning, it's really wonderful to see that something that we worked on from the start has finally come to fruition. I know that we've had just countless young people involved in this, and it's just great to see that where we always say this program is about showing that youth can have a voice and that everyone who is part of it is going to learn how to make their voice heard. It's great to see a result now, something that kind of puts that into something that we can see in front of us. So I'm really proud of that, and I want to thank Judith and thank everyone else that helped out with it. I may have been one of the interns that was in charge of it, but I learned a lot and really grew as a person as a result of it. So this is amazing. I'm really happy to be here and happy to see this. Go for it, Tyler.
Yeah, so I also started, I think it was 2008, 2009. And, I used to use this bike trail to go to school and to the local supermarket. I remember when it would rain, I would have to put, grocery bags over my shoes so I wouldn't get them muddy. So just to think that, this project was brought up by a group of youth, and then we gave it to the adults, as I like to say, the adults. And they put it into play for us, and then just to see it, come out this good. I was just hoping for some gravel, maybe. But no, we got asphalt. I hear landscaping is in the process, so it really goes to show you that the City of Vacaville does care for the youth's opinion. And I just want to say thank you, and this is a really amazing job, and congratulations to the youth that took over. I know I left to go to Sacramento State, and now I'm back, and just to be able to come back and see that it's finally done, it's a really good job, and congratulations to everybody.
These two guys are too modest. They both worked so hard to get us to where we are today, and as they said, they turned it over to the next group of youth who finished up, but they really laid the groundwork for this thing to get started, and it was, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't easy. There was some resistance, and there was some concern, and there were funding issues, but that's what collaboration is all about, and that's why we have all the folks that are here today. Our next speaker is going to represent, she represents the city. She's our vice mayor, but she's also on the Yolo Solano Air Quality Management District, and that's Dilena Harris.
Sorry, I'm going to take it out. I just want to say it is a beautiful day in this neighborhood, and I am so proud to have worked with the REACH Coalition, the county, STA, Yolo Solano Air Quality Management District on this project. I remember the day that the youth came to the council meeting, and my heart was really broken for the fact that people had to put garbage bags over their shoes so they could walk through the mud to get to the grocery store or to their school. I heard stories of mothers pushing infants in strollers and having to go through the mud, and what a struggle it was to bring groceries back to their homes. It was just a really difficult, challenging task to overcome. But this community came together, a safe community, a community that really cares about its youth and cares about its seniors, because there were seniors walking that path too, and those seniors had a difficult time getting to and from the grocery store. So, what happened was, after the council meeting, the council really got together and said, we have to do something about this. But it's the students who continued to press the issue, continued to come before not only the council, but sitting at that round table and talking to anybody and everybody about how important this trail was. And then Supervisor Vasquez, he contacted me and said, we really do need to move this forward. So we worked together for the last few years, identifying where we might find those resources to help build the path. The county has just been instrumental in assisting the city And the Air Quality Management District, we have our APO in the audience today, Matt Earhart, and APO is your air pollution officer for Yolo Solano Air Quality Management District. And I want to thank Matt, because Matt does an amazing job with the budget that he has, with the funds that he has, to ensure that it goes towards projects that make a real significant difference in the communities. So Matt, thank you for being here, and thanks for all the work that you and your staff do to improve the quality of air and the quality of life for our communities. So thank you so much for being here.
I'll think about you every time I take a deep breath, Matt. Okay, our next speaker is Supervisor John Vasquez, the man who needs no introduction, but I just did.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to thank all of you for being here. There isn't a person out here that hasn't brought something to this trail itself, and I see Daryl Hall's out there from STA. You know, when you talk about collaboration, it's an easy word to say, but it's often a difficult project to put together. You've got to get people of like mind to sit down and look at a problem and find solutions. And that's what you find in the city of Vacaville. It was an effort on the part of the fact that they went after the REACH grant, to the Sierra Health Foundation to get this grant, because they knew they needed to put something together for the children. And what these kids did is they found their own voice, but more importantly, they found the voice of a community. They knew the problem, they understood it, and they didn't let go of it. And of course, over the last 8 years, they've been pressing and pressing, and that's why we're here today. But more importantly, without them, none of us would be standing here today. And I want them to stand up and be congratulated. Please, the kids from REACH. As I said, these things don't come easy, and they don't come with a lot of work, and that's what this is. For the rest of their lives, every one of them that worked on this will be able to come to the community and say, I helped do that. I helped my community become a better place. And to the people that use the trail, they may not know who any of us are, but they have a trail in which they can walk. They're not pushing strollers through the mud, they're not riding in the mud, they're not walking in the mud. They've got truly something that shows them that the community cares about them. So one of the last things we're going to do is we've got some packets of poppy seeds. And what the railroad did for decades was broadcast poppy seeds along the railroad. And as you all know, this is part of a railroad right-of-way at one time. It closed in, it was built, it was the Vaca Valley Clear Lake Railroad in 1869. It shut down in 1885, and then the tracks were totally abandoned in 1990. So for a couple of decades, people have been using this trail, and really they've been trespassing. It wasn't theirs, but now it is. It's legitimate. It's their trail. They can walk it without having to worry about anybody telling them they can't. And so what we're going to do is we've got a bunch of sunflower, I'm thinking, but poppy seeds, and that's what the railroad did for years. So in a few years, you'll have this ribbon of gold poppies along the trail all summer, and we'll all be able to enjoy that. Anyway, thank you all for being here, and thank the city and STA and the Air Board for working together and making this happen. Congratulations to all of you.
Okay, we're going to head over to the trailhead over here and cut a ribbon and unveil the Rocky Hill Trail sign, and then we have some things to pass out. So let's all head over to the trail.
Are you ready to count with us? Yes. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Woohoo!
Here we go. Here's the sign being unveiled.